Yeah. My friend, I just had a moment or two with you speaking about the crisis problem that's brought on with the Catholic Church. Talking about the priests who have come before you speaking of a divine, and they themselves giving you reasons why you should turn your back on the carnality while they themselves indulge in such. And as I mentioned earlier, every kind of vice you can think of, the church has been a part of it. And you say that the Word of God, as it is printed in the Bible, is supposed to be followed as if it was written by the hand of God, and you justify it by saying that the book says that the threat has been made that if anyone should tamper with these words, that they would be held guilty and punished. Well, I think they told Adam that he would be punished with death if he violated the rules, and it didn't stop Adam. So my point being, since the first man has been here, any rules that have been set up, they've all been broken. And to say that the Bible has not been contaminated is the saying of a fool. However, there is a way that the divine speaks to humans, and that is through the heart. And the divine speaks to the heart that can receive. It's like a transmitter and a receiver. You got to be able to work on the same frequency, and to receive the message from God, your heart has got to be tuned on that frequency. And being brought up in a society like the ones that we have here in the world, we are not in tune to the frequency. However, we do have something that is available to us to let us know that there is a frequency out there with some truth on it. And it's supposed to be people who speak for God. And you see, the people who speak for God don't just use words. They use action. You can argue with a word, but you can't argue with an action, because an action has its results. And every result is standing on some foundation. And the true searching heart will see the truth behind any situation, because that desire, that lust for truth, opens up enough heart to receive the truth. And once you know the truth should set you free. Free to walk according to what you now know. Well, if you got a lot of dirty stuff in your closet, you don't do it. And you know, this is founded on something I wanted to mention to you earlier about Santa Claus. Now, everybody have been basically in America taught early in life that Santa Claus was real. And every Christmas, during a certain time, people get together, they put up all kinds of efforts to buy certain gifts to give to various individuals as a sign that Santa Claus lives. And as a kid, a baby, you don't recognize what's going on, so you just sucked into Santa Claus. And then you find out that Santa Claus does not exist. But do you stand on the truth, what you found? Or do you just stick your head in the sand and pretend that Santa Claus still exists through the speaking of words to your children and the other children that come around, and then the following up with gifts that supposedly are Santa Claus, rather than telling those who you are giving the gifts to that they are from you? Well, when it comes down to God, when it comes down to the divine, where true gifts are to come from, there is no life given to that. You see, on Christmas time, the market's open and money is to be made. But to speak of God and God's way of giving, there is no single profit to any individual or group outside of the bouquet of flowers. When you look at a bouquet of flowers, they are all beautiful. Every one of them, in their individual ways and as a group as well. So we don't have, in God's way, some more beautiful, more wonderful than others. No, what we have are individuals' dreams being met. As different as they are all satisfied to the same point of satisfaction as one can receive. So one walk up but satisfied to the max, and one walks down and satisfied to the max. They don't have to be going the same direction, as long as their dreams are met, and one doesn't hinder the other. So I'm saying to you, if you can pretend that Santa Claus is real by giving gifts, why can't you do likewise, proving that God is real, but not handing out gifts one day out of a year, but every day? If it's good for one day, it's good for 365 days. It's more for 365 days. 365 days of what you can do one day for Santa Claus to pretend that he's real. Giving 365 days for God to prove that he's real. Well, I guess it's easier to prove that Santa Claus is real, even though you know he's not, than to prove that God is real, even though you say you know he's real. Well, I think I'll leave it there. Hope you got something out of it. Bye-bye.